I mean the kind of music men hum or whistle when they feel on top of the world. I mean the kind of music men hum or whistle when they feel on top of the world. And gentlemen, one of the many things that give you that tip-top feeling is the pleasure of being well-dressed.
Hey everybody, welcome on back. Happy to have you here. Let me just double check all my levels and everything's looking pretty decent. Yeah, the Solar Phonics also welcome. Happy to have you here. Yeah, I don't have any sound going from words on stream just because I'm running 2 games. I'd run a third if anybody ever watched me on Kick, because I can run it on Kick as well, but they don't, so I don't. Yeah, we are here. We're going to be doing our 4th year in Whiskerwood. This is officially like the furthest I've gotten on all my run-throughs because I'm a perfectionist, and much like in the game, the perfectionist stat, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, no, they take forever to do anything because they really want it to be perfect, so they'll throw out a perfectly good run. It's just, you know, it's not perfect, but it's good, it's fine. That's me. I cannot play Minecraft because the second anything goes even slightly wrong, I'm like, man, this is bullshit. Sucks. I could have done better. Restart the entire run through the second anything gets annoying. I am the worst when it comes to that. So that's, you know, this is something where I'm easing my way through it, and I actually figured out a decent way. Yeah, right. I found a decent way actually that I can play this and still have a good time with it. In the couple of days between streams, what I do is when I end the game, you know, when I end streams, like, all right, everybody, good night, stay dapper, yada yada, bloop, hit the button. Once I've made sure that the stream is shut off, I go back into the game and I save it such and such year end. So like I just loaded up year 3 end for Fuzzborough. Then I will save again as year 4 experimental 1, year 4 experimental, you know, however many times I need to go through. I'll have year 4 experimental, and then when I go to play that, I'll save it as year 4 experimental 1, and that's where I do the experiments and the planning for what I want to do next on stream, so that I'm not running in here going like, year 4, I don't know what to do. I've got actually some time to putter and experiment and kind of play with different ideas. It also makes it so that I can play Whiskerwood not on stream, because I like the game. The reason I'm streaming it is because I was playing it all day, every day, several days in a row. I'm just like, you know, there isn't a single video out there that's less than 3 months old. So I can't figure out what the hell to do. There have been an update since, and these guys don't seem to know what they're doing. Or at least they're encountering things that are brand new. So they don't know what to do. So they're doing a first look. And so I'll actually take a day and I will play through a year to kind of get an idea of what I want to do. I may not, you know, I may not do the same thing on stream that I did in that practice playthrough, but I'll putter with it some and at least get some kind of an idea. So that's, I don't even know how I got on that tangent. Welcome to my brain. So out here, it's been a weird 2026. It feels like 2026 just started and has taken forever. There was one week that actually was the week I got my hair cut that we ended up ordering 2 pizzas, or we ended up ordering pizza twice that week. And once was when we got our haircut, when me and Pookie got our haircut. There's a really good pizza place right next to the place we go. So we ended up getting a pizza, and it was like an extra large Neapolitan crust. So it was like a hand-tossed thin crust, extra large cheese pizza. We just wanted a big cheesy New York style pizza. They didn't cut it. Uncut. Completely, it was just a disc of cheese bread that was 18 inches across. And it's like, all right, that's weird. Like, I've never had that happen before. And then 4 days later, we ended up getting Domino's, and they didn't cut my pizza then either. And this is from a totally different place. So the first one was Brothers Pizza, and then we got Domino's, and my pizza that showed up was also not cut. And it's like, and it really was just like, if I had a nickel for every time my pizza arrived uncut, I'd only have 2 nickels. But it's weird that it happened twice in 1 week from 2 different places. So I'm just in here. It's like, I'm glad I got a pizza cutter. Right? Like, yeah, it's collusion. It's absolute collusion. And it wouldn't be so bad. It's like the first one, I almost kind of wish that had happened in a bachelor capacity. Like, it was just me. I wasn't living with my girlfriend, and I was streaming, because then I would just straight roll it up. And it's like, I got a cheese pizza wrap, you know, something like that. But of course I got to share it. And but it was just the weirdest thing that had happened twice. And it's just been such a strange year. Pookie gets sick, so she spent four nights in a hospital in January. Right after, like the day she gets home, the next morning at 2 a.m. Snowmageddon starts, and we end up with 5 inches of ice. They started calling it ice fault. I liked snowcrete, but it was like 5 inches of solid ice that took 2.5 weeks to melt. 2.5 weeks to melt. And that was the longest 2.5 weeks I've ever had. And then that finally melts. I'm able to get back into the studio and teach my dance classes, which I don't know if I ever changed that on Twitch, that I'm out of retirement and now I'm just a professional ballroom dance instructor. But so that finally melts. So that puts us in the first half of February. Second half of February, we have 2 different springs. And then March rolls around. 2 days ago, it was or 3 days ago, it got beautiful. It got beautiful enough that we went to turn on the air conditioning. It actually got warm enough to turn on the AC. Guess what didn't turn on? So we got no AC. So now Pookie is staying at her parents' place most of the day. And then at night, she's sleeping in the bedroom that has a window, the one bedroom that has a window unit. So she's sleeping in there. I'm sleeping in our bed because that's the one that's comfortable and I can deal with warm atmosphere. She is not acclimated to the warm. So she's chilling in there and I'm chilling in a different bedroom. And so I'm just sleeping like a starfish. And yesterday it got up to 84 degrees. Thankfully, we were able to get the AC repair guy out yesterday. So on the day that it got to 84, we got our AC repaired. Last night it got down to 34 and I woke up this morning, it was snowing. There was a nearly 50-degree drop in temperature overnight. And my head hurts so badly. It's just the barometric pressure is like, boom, you're getting precipitation. Then the temperature is like, boom, I'm right behind you. It's just, oh. So there's snow outside the day after it was 84 degrees. It's just like Virginia weather. I saw the best cartoon to describe Virginia weather, especially central Virginia weather, because we've got the Appalachian Mountains, which really kind of feels like in central Virginia, it's 2 mountain ranges. Because you got the Appalachians, then you got the Shenandoah Valley, and I guess you got the Blue Ridge, the Shenandoah Valley, and I think the Allegheny Mountains. I don't know. I don't drive further west from where I am right now. I think actually it's all Appalachian, but we're in the Shenandoah Valley. I'm in the Shenandoah Valley right now. And I saw a thing where it's like every other part of the United States, and it said spring and it had a beautiful sunny day with some rain. Summer, it had a beautiful warm day. Fall, it had a lot of wind and the leaves were dying. And then winter, and it had snow on all over the place. And then below that was the label Virginia, and it had the same picture, but without it being divided. It was all one picture and it just said Tuesday. Because that's what the weather is like here. It will, in a 24-hour period, go from 84 degrees and sunny to 34 degrees and snow is falling in less than 24 hours. And it is insane. Absolutely insane. And barometric pressure changes like that, really rapid ones, just knock me out. So this whole day I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to stream. I'm just and it was, and then I was thinking, it's like, no, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, and my Thursday streams have been absolutely cursed all year long. Also, the power blipped on us twice today. Once about 15 minutes before I started. So I wasn't entirely certain if this was going to work. I don't know if this is going to make it all the way through, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll see. So we are diving in. We do have our stuff. Now, when we left off last time, we had finished this area out. We carved out this part of the rock, and yeah, it's Thursday's curses, man. We added a second stone cutter, so we moved the sawmill over here. So this was the sawmill that was right here. We moved that over there. We've got our weaver making basic cloaks, our basic woven cloaks, and then we've got a tailor set up over here. So we've got thread being woven into fabric, being woven into tailored cloaks. Over here, we've got our supery, and I'm thinking about setting up a second ore smelter over here so that I could just have one working on copper and the other working on bronze. Over here, I'd like to set up a second carpenter, not a second carpenter, a second dude fella, coppersmith. Because we're going to be getting fire tongs. Looking at our research, we've got a couple of things that are coming up. We're learning bronze smelting. Once we get bronze smelting, we can make fire tongs and nails. I haven't quite worked out what nails are needed for yet. I think it's the next level, but fire tongs will help with what we're working on now. A luxury supplier wouldn't be the worst thing, because then we can get start getting bedding sent around to people's. And that also might, I'm thinking table salt, because table salt doesn't seem to be going into this. So I think table salt is also a luxury, that I would need a luxury delivery to go ahead and send that around. I would also like to upgrade all of these to cut stone, since we're going to be producing cut stone. And I'm thinking of working on connecting these islands over here. So we've got 5 islands here in fairly close-ish proximity to my agricultural island, which we have started cutting away at. So the main focus, all of this stuff that's happening in town, that is all kind of auxiliary to what my plans are. The main focus is to level this island out. That is what I really want to do. So we're going to be focusing on this for the most part, with everything else happening in the background. So we've got, oh shit, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to click on that, but you know what? We're going to overtime anyway. We are going to go ahead and keep these guys. Let's move them down. And I'm also going to go ahead and build a couple more. We've got 7 Whiskers here, so we're going to grab a couple mining camps, build a couple more. And when I was putting around experimentally with this, I was ending up with a huge surplus of stone that I was cutting into cut stone. And I noticed my taxes were going through the roof. And they were going through the roof because I was refining and producing a lot of stuff. And then I realized maybe 15 minutes before I started stream, I've got my earthworks, and they don't charge anything to just drop stone in the ocean and build land bridges. So I think the first thing I'm going to do here is move my earthworks, and we're going to build a land bridge here, and then we're also going to be using the earthworks to build across all these islands. But I kind of wanted to experiment and see if I could get the earthworks to build an earthen bridge rather than just wall off the area and make a bunch of lakes. So we've got a couple of different ideas. We're going to start off with this, and we're going to see if I can do earthworks on top. Okay. No, okay. Well, that's real easy. I'm sitting here making a big old thing of it. It's like, nope, they won't do that. So yeah, we are going to just right across. Thusly. So that is going to take care of our surplus of stone. This guy chugging away up here, doing the berries thing. Let's give him stairs going up here. We will go ahead and we don't need this at the moment. We'll go ahead and preempt our copper with another ore furnace, which is going to be more expedient than an ore not furnace. All right, so we've got mining camps, we've got second ore furnace. We will actually pause this until we get our ore furnace. A little bit of pre-prep is pretty handy. Okay, we are also went through all the trouble of setting this area up to mine it out, and then I forgot to mark it to get mined. Ha ha ha. Isn't that always how it goes? What I'd also like to do oh no, don't move. We're going to overtime our woodsman. Woodsman? Whiskers? I don't know what the term would be. But we are absolutely going to be blasting through our approval, trying to get all of this knocked out. In fact, we're going to change out sawdust seasoning with strip mining. I got Scharnhorst. Nice. Scharnhorst is fun. All right, those are built. Now we're gonna go ahead and build this real quick. Now we're down to one construction crew, but that is perfectly fine. Yeah. I can't wait to get him. I got the von Zuckerberg. I don't know what it's, I don't remember what it's called. But it's basically a Schleifen. It's the Pinata Schleifen. But it's a Schleifen that I can put Gunter Leutens on without paying for him to specialize. But it's literally just a premium version of the Schleifen. And real quick here, we're gonna increase our stone to 800. And we're gonna put our cut stone and planks up to 377 because that is the size of the storage units. And we're just going to go ahead and put all of our production there. Let's put the flour production at 50. Might as well put spices at 50 as well. All right, we got our orfanaci. It's Italian. Or not the orfanaci, we got bronze. So now we can go ahead and get fire tongs researched. And then once we get this built, and we're going to need to stay on top of all of the wood cutting. Let's actually go ahead and move you. Where can we put you? That looks good enough to me. A lot of overtime happening here. All right. Ending the day. And we are still doing really good on approval, so this is going to work out just fine, I believe. In fact, we're going to go ahead and set these guys up to do overtime work as well. Oh, the pirates are here. All right, let's see what they want. We can give them 5, 6. We'll give them 6 machinery parts because we've got plenty. Alrighty, we got some whiskers coming in. Now we can use some whiskers, so let's get strong shoulders and content is great. Diligent is great. At this point, I'll even take slow and diligent. Go ahead and refuse the rest. One of the things I was hoping I'd be able to do is basically build an arch of stone using the earthworks to go from one island to the next. But it's looking like I just have to basically block off the whole area. Yeah, that strip mining, they go through this pretty fast. Ultimately, what I'd like to do is get it down to this level. Although, I may as well go ahead and just take it all the way down to the ground. Take it all the way down to sea level. Because then once I get this side up and running again, I can start working on moving the agriculture over. Because these areas will regain their fertility over time, and I plan on de-rocking it and fertilizing it. So it will go back to being an agricultural area. I'm just hoping I'm able to kind of, speed it along a little bit. What are we doing over here? It's working. I'm going to go ahead and move this up here. If I can keep this near where they're working, that'll make their distances shorter. Okay, everything has worn off here, so we're going to go ahead and overtime everything again, because we're just going to get the approval back when the night is over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thought I had another one. Oh. No, maybe I did only build 2. I could have sworn I built a third one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna get all that approval back. Tax collector arrives today. What is my log situation at? Oh, that's definitely a problem. So we're going to chop a bunch. let's, you know what, let's just kind of go to town on this because we've got all the raw materials for this. So yeah, we'll just get 11, 12 gold bullion. And then the tax man's going to show up. And that's freed up a bunch of space in our storage. So our production tax is our second highest. Like our population, we're spending about 1,000 in population anyway. But we can sell off our cotton. And then we can sell off some logs. Because right now we're chopping. We are not worried nearly so much about construction. We are chopping. Plenty of houses. And let's see what we can do about some more whiskers. Let's get... Let's re-roll this. We've got the re-rolls. All right, we've got Optimist, Thoughtful. We'll do a Considerate Apprentice. Now over here, we're going to need an Apprentice Miner, so we've got Adel. Then we can do a regular miner. Bramble, the Optimist. Oh, and we will have them doing Borns. Then we will take this and... Oh, planks and bronze nails makes furniture at the carpenter. Okay, that makes sense. And that's got to be a luxury that's going to be distributed by the luxury people, I'm assuming. So we're going to build another coppersmith, and they're going to use the bronze bars to make fire tongs. And it will be great. It will be so cool. Let's see. We want to do this. That is the coppersmith. Okay. Let's build a storage shed right there. And stone path. There. That's where we're going to put our... That storage shed's where we're going to put our bronze. Shift. Okay, dining hall. Hell yeah, we'll take a dining hall. It's luxury dining. So we'll take that. And we will take the rusty machinery to give us machinery parts. That'll give us plenty of machinery parts. Alrighty. We can't afford to refuse. So we shall. We are running out of stuff to mine, so we're going to move everybody down a level. There's the other one. Now we are going to mine. All the way up to where the trees are, and they're still cutting the trees out back there, so we're not ready to dig that out yet, but we can dig all of this out right now. We got our coppersmith. We're still working on the tongs research. This poor guy just dragging berries from the other side of the island. He's got the worst job. Oh my god, all this food. Back to twerk. And we are right back up to max. So the worst they have to deal with is bland food, and you know what? That is perfectly fine. Hey, Lycan. How are you doing? What I'm gonna do... They don't have really all that much in here, so we're gonna go ahead and take out all of this. And we're going to build our dining hall right there. So it's going to be equally accessible to both islands, more or less. Watching the game since you can't afford it, you know, that is actually how I play most games, is by not playing them. I just watch other people play them. Everything is trucking along. We're gonna set these guys to overtime. And all of my miners. They're trucking along. $10 off. I feel that. Okay, so who's this? This is gears. This is engineering. There we go. Do that. What else does it need? Could use a craftsman. So we'll set two of them to become engineers. Yeah, at the moment I've only got 2 islands. I'm building a land bridge over to this one. I'm not entirely sure why I picked this one. It's got a lot of good tin on it though, and iron. I'm also going to be expanding over to this little archipelago here. Right now I'm working on destroying this region. Yeah, you can terraform the land. You've got the earthworks here where you can fill in earth. Let's give me the old and a new recipe. So this is going to be our fire tongs. Once I finish that one land bridge over there, I'll move them over here and connect these away. Okay, so if you don't pay the tax, you will lose. You have to pay some. You do have to pay some. It won't let you just be like, nah, fuck off. But if you underpay, you start losing trust with the claws. And once your trust goes to 0, they will retaliate. So you can get up to 4 trust. You can have as little as 0. Once you hit 0, they retaliate. Usually what I do is I will actually overpay my taxes, but I keep my taxes very, very low by not taking supplies. You don't need to take anything from the supply ship ever. After that first couple of seasons, you're done with the supply ship, because they can't give you anything that you can't make yourself or just simply don't need outside of machinery. And you can get more machinery by overpaying on your taxes than you can from the supply ship. So I treat the supply ship as somebody trying to get me into debt, and I will treat the taxes as shopping for supplies. All right, so we're doing good here. So like right here, I skipped one supply ship. I'm going to skip another supply ship there. And then by the time I'm down to here, after skipping 2 supply ships, I pay taxes. And by overpaying my taxes, I get all the trust back. I actually do. It's funny enough, I cover this in my video of how to get a productive first year, ensuring a productive first year on my YouTube channel. I actually just put that out this weekend, and it's been one of my best producing videos in a long time, best performing videos in a long time. So I'm really excited to continue the series. But trimming, okay, so they just pooped out. So we're gonna put the apprentice loner in there. Then we are going to turn our slow and diligent guy into a craftsmaster. And here we can put so like right here. See right here, it's -1 to trust. Losing all trust is when the claws will retaliate. It's like, I don't need 8 logs for 300 gold at all. I'm making more logs than I can use. I'm making more planks I can use. I'm weaving woven cloaks just fine on my own, and I don't need 8 hardtack. And I sure as shit don't need any of this nonsense. I can get 54 machinery just by overpaying my taxes using cotton. So I don't need anything from the supply ship, so I will refuse supplies. He'll growl at me, and I'm down here, but I'm not going into debt from the supply issues. I'm not going into debt from getting the supply ships. So I'm in my 4th year, and I'm still keeping my debt, my taxes down to like 1,600, whereas other people would be paying 4,000. And by putting a cap on my refined product production, by putting a cap on that, I'm not inflating my production taxes. So at any given point, I've got about 10 times as much in storage as what I owe in taxes. And it's largely, I'm paying everything with cotton. Heavens, now there are 2 of you. This is getting out of hand. Oh, you're on your phone? Okay. Overtime. So now what I need to do, actually what I really need to do is build a storage shed over here and just fill that up with stone. We'll overtime them. That was actually kind of like, as soon as I saw it and saw some of the crazy stuff that can be done with it, I was like, I have to have this. Because I've got Timberborn, and I could not get into Timberborn. Save my life. But I really love the way this looks. I think also part of it, this has seasons. It's got the automation here, which kind of got jammed up there. And I don't know why. I think I need more logistics mice. Need more logisticers. Alrighty, day's over, max approval, chugging along, and the tax collector arrives tomorrow, and I'm only giving 1,600, which I will take. Because right now, I want to make it so that my population tax is my biggest problem. Oh, third-party websites can be really strange. They just might not believe you. I actually had a friend from Transylvania. His last name was Masawi.
I came.
Hey, Cypher. It goes. Right now I'm just paying off my taxes with cotton, you know, getting that full antebellum Georgia experience. Throwing in some gold bullion. Some fish. And logs. And all this is nice. Yeah. Well, they don't let me grow tobacco. Otherwise, I'd be like, yeah, no, we're going full Virginia. So yeah, I don't need any of this. And getting the, overpaying the clause got my trust all the way up, so he can dip. Like right now, I can just get 35 machinery and some iron, or I can get 6 machinery and a bunch of fertilizer, which I've got 137 fertilizer. This wouldn't be the worst thing. I want to see if I can get some schematics, but it looks like that's going to be a new. Let's. You know what? I'm going to get up. I'm at 114. Oh, that really is rough, Lycan. I am sorry to hear that, because it's a fun game. All right, we're going to get Diligent. We will get Contented Loner, a Patient Warm Core. Everybody else can heck off. We're down to 3 home spaces left. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of those. Let's get house, not storage. Go boop. We're going to build our neighborhood. Get rid of that and put in our heating. And over here, we will have our steps to get up there. Boom. There we go. Very lovely. Of course, you stay safe as well. Take care. Get good sleep. Very important. Keeps you beautiful. All right, let's see if we've got this. Okay, we do. We definitely don't want berries in there. We would like stone. I'm really sorry to the poor Whisker that I've got walking literally around the entire island. Let's move you up here. And then we will put stairs up there and let you get the flags. Come on, Cypher, you know you look good. And I don't mess with no uggos. When they're blind, they literally don't know the difference. Let's see, we'll get... Who do we want to get? Do we got anybody fast? No. Yeah, see? Having a good attitude about life really kind of helps sell it. Alrighty, ending the day. We got good approval, still just bland food is the problem. Got some dirty fur. I'm gonna set up another bath. I'm actually going to put it over here. It's under services, bathing dock. And we're going to go ahead and overtime everybody once again. Oh, no, don't move it. Overtime it. Overtime. All right, we got our Schmoogler. He's kind of sorting his shit out. We'll mind that. All right, Smoogler, what do you got for us here? Get that. Get some gold bullion from him. All right, we get some more Whiskers maybe. What we got? Strong shoulders. I like that. We'll put him in with the logistics people. And Pippin's content, and she can lift heavy things. So we'll just get those two, and we'll trade them out here because we've got strong shoulders, content. You know what? Let's go warm core and patient. Right now our digging has slowed down just a little bit. Let's move that there. There. That there. That there. Then there. And the last one there. As soon as they're done with this, we'll move. Actually, I can go ahead and just move them down. There we go. We'll mark all that stuff out and make sure that it, most of it's in. There we go. Hey, Graves. And we'll go ahead and take care of that. Ooba-dooba-dooba-doob. Let's overtime our logistics people also, just to make sure that, you know, everything gets filled up as needed. Look how happy everybody is. We're really trucking through. People highly approve of our colony. Let's see. Put those up there to get both of those levels. And that level. I don't know why that didn't take last time. Maybe it's because I built this one. Oh, it's because I got confused with this one. I'm not a clever man. All right, we're gonna have to get rid of all of this. And I've got to put this little notch here because having built inside there, it's gotten rid of all the scaffolding. So I need something that's got ladders so that the Whiskers can climb out of the pit. They won't climb out of the pit, or they won't go out through the exit if the exit is outside of their operation circle. Which makes sense, but it's annoying. Coming up on the end of summer. Alrighty. Oh yeah, and this was passing 100 days. So a lot of creators will do like 100-day challenges, unfortunately, because it's 8 days per season. 100 days doesn't actually work out to being a year. It's a little less, or doesn't work out evenly. So it'll be like 3 years and 4 days. But we are doing solid. 1,232 positive thoughts. That's what I like to hear. All right, we got our supplier. We're getting our tax collector tomorrow, so we're going to reset our trust tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and reject. And I'm going to increase. I'm actually going to take. I'm going to take off the restriction on logs, because now they're not quite so problematic. Like, I'm not trying to save some, I'm not trying to... I can build pretty much as much storage as I want right now. Starting off storage is so difficult. But after a certain point, it's just not a problem. I've got elevators too, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So So I can literally just make a storage tower. And just have it fed by an elevator bank. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's see. Let's overtime and move. We're gonna overtime and move. Overtime and move. Let's get this right, please. Thank you. So they're there. There it is. I knew I had another. Wait a second, where'd that guy go? Oh, my dude fella's disappeared. Overtime and move. Right there. Let's overtime and move. Boom. So now we're going to use that to get out. And it's actually fill in this area here so that everybody can reach where they're going. And we will overtime our logistics guys and our earthworksers, who they're doing a great job over here, and they are nearly done. Getting quite close. And heavy rain. Delightful. All right, the tax ship has arrived. Actually pay for most of this with logs. Because we're doing pretty good on everything that requires logs, and we're certainly chopping the trees down. And that'll clear out some of our space. Alright, supply ship do not need. Now in the wintertime we'll probably have to take on supplies just to cover for the fact that we're not going to necessarily have the tax ships. I'm going to go ahead and get the... let's re-roll this a couple of times. See what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and do the fertilizer and the woven cloaks, tailored cloaks one. And what I'd like to do is actually build a storage area over here just for fertilizer. Who we got here? Oh, we got a diligent apprentice. I like that. It's the only one I like, so everybody else can go away. And that actually fills up our housing until we get the rest of this built. Which hopefully they will do so quickly. We've also got this. We got a lot of stuff they need to build. What I may do is go ahead and have them build that. Set that as a high priority, and that'll actually be just for fertilizer. So all of our fertilizer will get brought there. Over time, our stone cutters as well. Is there anything left for you to pick around here? Not down there. We can move this up to there. Music is so uplifting. Sounds almost like something out of How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Whiskers or something. Move those around. All right, end of the day. Maxed out. Doing good. Taxes are still cheap. Pirates! Well, pirates, you dirty scoundrels. How about you take machine parts? We'll be short. We're short like what, 20. There we go. All right, Schmoogler. So we're going to end up getting all of his gold bullion that he even has to trade. That'll help cover for the fact that we don't have quite as much cotton as we did before building these houses. Whiskers. Yeah, we don't really have space, and we don't really need the extra workers. So we're going to go ahead and just refuse all. This is finally getting built. I say finally like he was the problem. Like he wasn't the problem at all. It was literally just me and my choices to build everything at the same time that was causing the issues. It's sitting on you, little buddy. We're going to take this, we're going to reject all, and then we're going to say, yes, please, to fertilizer. Not only that, we're going to say, give us all of it. And then we're going to overtime everybody. Overtime, 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 overtime. Done. You know what this means? Yeah. Buku overtime. 10 points if you can guess that movie. Or if you even remember that movie. Because you gotta be some kind of old to remember that movie. No breaks. Hey, Dawn, you know what that means? Yeah. Buku overtime. And honestly, Cypher, you're the only person in this, like, in my chat group that I expect would know, even passingly be familiar with the movie that's from. Full shifts, no breaks. It was Fern Gully. Which has way more movie stars in it than I think most people realize. You never saw Fern Gully. Oh my God. It was so good. It was so good. It was like the villain was Tim Curry as Frankenfurter as a pollution spirit. Like he was the sassiest pollution spirit. It had Christian Slater, Samantha Mathis, before they both appeared together on Broken Arrow. Angela Lansbury, Cheech and Chong, Tone Loc, all had cameos in it. Tone Loc was like a Gila monster that was gonna eat. Oh, and Robin Williams. How could I forget to mention it has Robin Williams in it? Yeah, Robin Williams. That was the one where Robin Williams was Batty Coda. And like, that was the movie that initially had every kid quoting Robin Williams incessantly, and then he did Aladdin. Tim Curry sings a song called Toxic Love, which Jonathan Young did a cover of, a rock and roll cover of, and it was fantastic. It was so good. They also made Samantha Mathis's character way hotter than they needed to for a kids movie. There's no reason Krista needed to be that attractive. I'm just saying. All right, look at this. We got our land bridge done. So we're going to move this over to here. We're going to work on a land bridge going this direction. We're going to overtime that. We're going to overtime all these guys. It's better to kind of glut yourself on all of this. Let's see. Logistics. We're going to actually open this up to stone. That'll give the earthworks at least something to pull from that's near-ish by. So overtime that, we'll overtime this. Overtime that. Yeah, as a kid, I was naturally unfamiliar with the extent of Robin Williams's antics outside of Good Morning Vietnam. And then I watched Fern Gully and I was like, this guy is fucking amazing. All right, so we're still sitting at 1,700. That's not bad. We're not quite at 10 times our taxes. We're getting down to...
Claws are a humble race. We rarely make such uncouth demands as may be our right. Yet it has come...
All right, so this is another example of getting the claws visage to make everybody move a bit faster. I'm going to be honest, I don't like doing this. So what I do, like there are places I could put them down to make my whiskers move faster. I don't like motivating with fear. Just as a person, I don't enjoy motivating by fear. So I'm going to take the claws visage. And I'm just going to put them up here.
Claws are a humble race.
We're just going to get the tax credit. And then we'd be like, fuck your statues. And the tax man cometh. I hope he doesn't ask where the statues are. Let's see. We're going to start off with the cotton. And look, the cotton almost, even with as little as we've got, the cotton still almost pays for everything entirely. We can do 100 fish. And like 1 gold. Yeah. And this is at 233, so even if we end up getting more fertilizer the next round, we still got plenty of space for it. All right, and we will reject our supplies. I don't know why I sang that along with the fanfare, but here we are. Seems like after a while they just kind of stop giving you schematics or something. So I'm going through it and it ain't coming up. Okay, that being the case, let's get let's do the farm. Yeah, farm equipment. Ew. Well, honestly, at this point, I could do... Ooh. We're getting a decent stockpile of iron bars. And I don't even have anything to do with them yet. What we got here? We're going to start using our catalysts in the... Okay, we do have those going. Okay, iron pots we will eventually be making. Use our wooden vise ropes. Vice. Leave us to our vices. Oh, table salt. That's what we use table salt for. Hell yeah, we're going to use table salt. But we produce table salt. I don't even know if we have any. We haven't gotten any of our houses done, so I don't even care who we've got on this boat. I can't take them. But we do have a ball house. Let's actually make these stone paths. Yeah. And I'm going to move this up here. We're going to put another little staircase right here. We can still maybe get rid of some of these before the miners get to them. Guys, what's the hold up here? Okay. Hang on a second. Oh, right. I need to. This is the drawback to playing a year on my own off stream, is that I forget that I needed to set that to want stone to get them to pull it out of here. I just, woohoo. Just completely forgot. So we're going to overtime our logistics people and maybe have that, excuse me, maybe have them working on it. Ooh, my day is fighting back. I'll tell you what, growing up, they do not tell you how often you're going to go, excuse me, when you hit 40. I heard it once in a song and thought it was a joke. Man, it's not a joke. You're just like, oh yeah, no, you will lose complete control over your diaphragm. Still doing good, still doing great, still doing fine. I've not watched Dead Poet Society. I've never seen it. I don't even know why I've never seen it. I just haven't. All right, we're gonna overtime everybody. A game just came out that I want to play. It's called Over the Top. It's like Hold Fast, but World War I instead of Napoleonic Wars. Really want to play it, but I also know how people online are when there's proximity chat. So like there's no way I'm ever going to be able to play that on stream. I saw Asmongold play it for an hour, and just hearing what was on there, I was like, oh yeah, no, my audience would not like that. Let me rephrase it. Half my audience would not like that. My humor is way spicier in real life than it is on stream. Let's overtime our stone cutters as well. What the hell are you guys doing? Nothing. I feel like I might even need one more earthworks just to keep things moving. So I really want to be working through this stone. We've got some things going on here. Let's move over here. Kind of a long ways away, but I kind of want to put a limit so far. On those. Okie dokie. That could work. Am I researching anything? I am not researching anything. I thought I was researching. Yes. Ba-doo-ba-doo. We'll go ahead and research the luxury supplier. We'll go ahead and mark that for mining. If I lose the trees, I lose the trees. Not hurting for wood. And we're full up on stone. Come on, guys. Your stuff. We have forager hut here that's not doing anything, and there's nothing really left on this side of the island to forage. Anything over here? No. Not really. Honestly, at this point, I I don't want to just bulldoze it. I'd rather have the construction workers at this point. Let's see, over here, we will... No, that's not going to work. There we go. That'll work. And then from here, we'll do that, and then we'll do that. And so we'll get all of this flax and all of this flax, all this good flax. So much good flax. Flax, 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 flax. Looks like we are out of rock salt. Which, yes, we are. Ooh, plenty of table salt though, which is good. Because we'll burn through that. Let's see, overtime. Yeah, overtime, everybody. Alright, tax collector arrives tomorrow to fill that back up. The other option is during the winter time, we can just take the hit from the supplier and reject all of them until spring and then just keep overpaying. So we can technically reject 4 times. I think it's at 4 times, and if you reject again, they start to hate you. So pain in the butt. We'll take 14 bullion though. And this round will definitely be paying with considerable amount of cotton. Or not. We'll do 100 fish, 200 logs. 100 coal, and the rest fish. So we'll actually save our 25 bullion for springtime, for the first tax man after springtime. All right, Whiskers. Okay, we've got room for 10. Swift apprentice. We don't really need the apprentice, just Swift. Let's re-roll. A lot of rebellious ones. I think it's a prison ship. Re-roll one more time. I think we just take Swift. I'm being honest. Oh. I see now. The earthworks will do better if I just have miners guilds. So let's take Swift and Diligent, and we'll make Fable and Clover here. We'll make them into miners. Once they poop out, everything will be great. All right. Ooh, got 59 fertilizer. How to do that? That'll give us almost 200 of the machinery parts. And so many fertilizer. 351 fertilizer is crazy. A lot of potassium nitrate. You're just gonna blow everything up. There we go. Now we got our 2 earth movers over here, and we'll overtime them. So now we got 4 earth movers. That'll be really good. Really, really good. Hopefully that'll help us blast through our 800 stone. It's the problem with moving mountains. You have to move them somewhere. You can't just tow it out of the environment so it's not in an environment anymore. You can only do that with boats where the front falls off. Alrighty. Alright, we're good. Let's keep on keeping on, and we are now in winter. Let's actually overtime everybody. All right, supply ship. We're gonna say no. So we're doing good. Doing just fine. Now we will likely run out of approval by the end of winter, or at least start running low, because we're probably not going to have as many cloaks as our Whiskers want. But life sucks and stuff, you know, what are you going to do? Let's see. Let's that. Oh. Game is so relaxing. I swear it will absolutely put you to sleep if you're not careful. All right, filling it back up. It wouldn't shock me if we got to a max of 1,000 approval by the end of this year. That's almost full. All right, suppliers here. Supplier can go away. It seems like the supplier is going to be coming like just about once a day, which I kind of don't like. And I wish there was a schedule that I could see. I still have, yeah. Is it 92%? All right, there we go. Luxuries supplier. Research. So this would take a second tailor. What do we want to do? The canned food doesn't seem too bad. I guess the problem with canned food is who takes it. Is that a smuggler's thing? Is that a pirate's thing? Doesn't seem like the claws will take it. You know what? We'll figure something out. You know what? Yeah, we'll do the cannery. What are we doing on here? We got 100 bronze. See what we're doing. Overtime our logisticians, and let's go ahead and build our luxury supplier. Right there. That'd be great. I'm assuming, I don't know, I could be making that up. There we go. We'll get our rock cutters up and running again. Oh, this is the problem over here. They don't got nothing to mine. Oh, nope, nope. There we go. Anybody else that I missed? Doesn't appear to be. What's this? Okay, it's tin ore. we do have at least some ores around here as well that are doing some good work. Let's move you down there. We'll move you there. And oh no, don't chop priority. Overtime. Got overtime. There we go. Oh, my aim is off. Wonky. I'm so tired. Which is terrible because I took a 5-hour energy. The game's so relaxing. All right, day 114 is over. We are still doing quite well on approval. What I'd like to do, the potatoes, yeah, that's me. I'm a potato. What I'd like to do is turn this area into agriculture and then dig down one layer and turn that into just mushroom farming. And that would be the best way to dive into things like the smokery, doing the fish skewers, which I can already do, I just don't have the mushroom production. Take another one? Sure. That'll just make me tired quickly. Falling asleep and being able to see noise. Okay, all of this is finished. Let me actually move this guy back down here. I want to move all these guys back down into this little pit where I was growing mushrooms. Oop. Because that will allow me to start working on the next level. It's a woodcutter, and I think the other one over here, yeah, these are all woodcutters. So we're going to go ahead and take the mining tool. And then hopefully they'll start from inside here and dig outwards. Which it looks like that is what they're going to do. There was one time I took 3 5-hour energies like back to back. The first one, because I was curious about the flavor. The second one, because I was curious about the flavor. But the second one was garbage, so I took the third one to get rid of the flavor of the second one. Oh boy. That was a weekend. $24,000% of my daily requirement for B12. Bong. All right, so this will end up delivering furniture, bedding, and soap, none of which I can make, but at least I've got the building finished. There we go. End of the day. Probably gonna get a supply ship today. Let's see. We'll go ahead and start upgrading houses and making room for the carved stone or the cut stone. We can get rid of this and this. Mine out all of that. And we're full up on stone. Sorry, I am rolling around in my chair here. Full up on stone. Let's we could, a little cheaty, but we can get rid of that and then rebuild it. So that's one way to actually throw away if you have like a ton of stone, or if you make a crap ton of fishing nets and you kind of forget to put a cap on it. Build a storage shed or some kind of storage, have it request that one particular item that you have too much of, and then destroy the storage facility. You'll get the building materials back that you used to build the storage shed or warehouse or whatever, but everything that was inside you lose. And so that just gets rid of the stone, and that's a more expedient way of getting rid of the stone, but it's literally just throwing it out and destroying it entirely. But if you're trying to level a mountain, like, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Overtime. You know, I tried using all of the stone by building 2 earthworks and setting the stone cutters on overtime, but it's like you're gonna mine it faster than you can use it. especially with the strip mining policy. Even losing 20% of what you collect with strip mining, like, you're just going to collect more than you can use. So now we're starting to get to the point where we're not gaining as much. We're starting to get the threadbare clothing. This and the chilled paws are going to go... This is just going to keep getting worse and worse until we're not collecting nearly as much approval as we were. But I think we can make it. We got another 3 more days. I think we'll be just fine on approval. Like, we may not be gaining as much, but we're not going to suddenly lose all of it. I don't think. But who knows, maybe. Could be one of those things. All right, the supplier is here. We are at 2 trust. I kind of want to... Claws become impatient. The claws are losing trust in your solvency. If tax payments continue to be missed, the claws may take drastic action against the colony. Okay, I kind of don't want to lose another. I'm not missing tax payments. I'm just not going into debt. Y'all ain't collecting taxes right now. Yeah, so now they're suspicious of me. So they're starting to think that maybe I'm going to be a bit rebellious. And you can see right here, my rebellion fervor is now at 23. This might be the stream where we find out what happens when we hit 0. I'm wondering if they just come back and do a pirate thing where they just like boom, 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 boom. Like, I'm gonna overpay you guys. Y'all don't have to worry about that. Let's see, this guy. We're gonna move him up to there. All right, why can't you get up there? Oh, that's why. Oh, we got our cannery. Okay. Let's...
Whoa.
Ah! Whoa. What do you mean you can't reach your workplace? It's like right there. I put you down right next to it. Let's get rid of that. Now I'm tempted when we get to the point where like the claws show up and kind of piss them off the next round. I'm tempted to kind of save scum it a little bit. Just do a quick, you know, save, load kind of thing. Everybody's happy except the claws. But we're keeping this number down real low. That's the other thing, is that the supply ship shows up with a winter surplus that's just so expensive. Hmm. Okay, we did get this built, so we're going to go ahead and ask for more stone. And that'll get our logistics guys going. Let's move these guys around. Excellent. Let's go ahead and what are we gonna do? Really want to put it there. It's such a big footprint though. You know what? Good enough. Oh, wait a second. Cannery has an upstairs access. We've got to actually, we've got to set this back far enough that we can set our stairs going up to it, and make sure we've got the correct stairs. I think I need to oil my computer chair. It's making so much noise. So we're still doing good. Like I said, it's going down. But we're still actually in the positive. Okay, the supply ship is here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that little save scum. So we're gonna do year 4 supply 1 and save as year 4 supply 2. So we're in supply 2. If this doesn't work out well, we're going to go back to supply 1 and take supplies. But for right now, we're going to... Laws are furious. Repeated failure to pay your debts is risking the solvency of your colony. If you do not make your next tax payments, you and your Whiskers will be punished. Oh, okay. So we can go all the way down to 0. Now, the hard part here is I will have to start taking some supply. I will have to start taking some supply shipments once the spring rolls around, just so that I don't risk pissing them off. But it shouldn't be too big an issue, because at least it'll be cheaper than what it is now. It'll just be like when I was at the beginning of the game and just getting the cheapest ones. We're going to move these guys down. We're still doing quite good on fuel. In fact, we're not even making a dent in our fuel. Oh, that might be why. We got 3 things making it, one of which works really hard to make it. Oh, okay, so all of this is ready to be portioned out. I'd really like to not have that marked. Thank you. Oh, we've got one. Oh, he's sick. Oh no. That's not bueno. So, all right, now you can see how pathetic this looks. When one of them is sick or injured, he just crawls along the ground like his leg doesn't work. It's so bad. It's so pitiful. Like, no, little dude, don't do it. You're fine. Just get to the hospital. All right, let's see what's going on over here. We need a farming apprentice. We got a farming taskmaster. And farm. There we go. So we're going to change over both of these apprentices to farming skills. And then they can do canning. Let's take a look. Canned food, we're going to mark that at 100. And let's see, right now we're changing berries over. Let's change fish. All right, supply guy. They really don't like us. So we're going to take... Oh, we got 2 more supply ships before we even get to start rebuilding our taxes, but... You know what? I'd rather take this than the 3,000 one, so... Alright, let's see. A Whisker is dealing with a severe injury or illness. Injured Whiskers cannot work and must be treated at a triage building. Treatment is slow, but they may expire if not treated. Oh, we don't want any expired Whiskers. As one of our guys out of the cannery. Get rid of those stairs. We got some rock salt on the ground here. Got some tin ore. There's our other canner. It's overtime everyone here. We're sitting at 711 stone, so we'll also overtime our earth workers. Now I've got an idea for a farm layout that should hopefully be pretty efficient. I think it's definitely going to be next stream. It's going to be year 5 in order to put that in. Spring is here. Spring is here. Life is Skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. I do, don't you? Of course you do. Alrighty. We have warm core. Take warm core. I think that's going to be it. I'm really hoping that these guys will all reach. Doesn't look like they will, so we're gonna move. Again, that's one of the drawbacks of clearing out such a large area, is that eventually your mining sheds are just so spread out. Now, this doesn't even reach them. How's this doing? All right, that's doing good. So that's doing good. Yeah, we're still sitting at about around 700, between 7 and 750 on that. We're cranking out the cut stone since we're not using it. So if pirates end up showing up, or smugglers or whatever, we'll have plenty to give them. We're also going to have a ton of cotton. Heating up, having the farm area well heated, and that's going to be part of the design, the layout, is having the farming area decently heated. In fact, I'm curious. How far out does this go? 1, 2, 6. Does it go out to 6? Oh. Okay. So that's 6, 6. That's a 13 diameter circle. Make it 1, 2, 3. Nope. I could just do it this way and not. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Interesting. So on the diagonal, it's between 10 and 11. But it's 12 on the horizontal. Okay. That's doable. That's doable. So that's looking really good. Oh, we got down to 1 approval. Oh boy, that was close. That was close. We got down to 1. I didn't even notice that. Okay, tax collector in 2 days. We owe 27 plus a little bit more. We've got plenty. We got so much. In fact, we've got enough that I'm honestly a little worried about our a little worried about our storage capacity, so I'm gonna do what are these logistics looking like? I'm gonna put those up there. We're gonna build stone path going across. So this is actually going to be our first bit of verticality. Let's actually Bring that right there. Entrance here. Entrance there. We'll put one of the shaft in the middle. So they can go up and down that way. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. There. There. Shaft the middle. And if we really need to, we can put 2 more right here, but I'm kind of hoping we won't need to. What would be really nice, and this is something that I've not seen in the game, is that you can compile droppers onto a conveyor belt. What you can't do is have things get sorted on the conveyor belt. And it'd be really nice if things could get sorted on the conveyor belts. Like right now, this is also so full. We can go ahead and break that. Rebuild that. Set high priority that. Everybody else will keep working. Overtime. Whilst they're working overtime and the other storage is getting built, life will keep on trucking. Let's overtime these guys. Alrighty, ending the day. Already doing better. Now we got 3 more to fill in over here, and then I'm going to take these land bridge makers and I'm going to truck them over here, and we're just going to connect all these islands over there. All right, we're going to take the cheapy deepy. Tax collector's coming tomorrow. Oh, and so is the supply ship. Jesus. We're still in really good shape. while they're working on this, I'm actually going to move these guys over here. And we're going to mine down here, there, and down there. Everybody else is sorting their shit out. Move these guys there. We'll move these guys here. Where do we want them? Move them right there. Clear that out. Gonna be a lot going on, but we'll get there. Logistics. Oh, right. Let's reject all just stone. Ask for 330 or 377. Having. Ew. Oh, you know what we can do? Two storage right there, and that'll be for cans, berries, and or berries, fish, and mushrooms on one, cans on the other. We're gonna need to build some stairs. Before you guys go off to lunch, make sure you work overtime. You ain't got shit to do, so let's put you here. You do overtime, and you do overtime, and everybody does overtime. everybody's able to get in and out of their hut. Dude. All right. The earth workers. I'm gonna go ahead and move them over here. And take our earthworks tool and build out. There we go. Very lovely. End of the day. Nice. All right, smuggles. Get 8 bullion there. 9. Looking at 10. You know, we're doing good on fuel. Give them 100 fuel. And we'll do 13 gold bullion. Here comes the tax collectors. All right. We need to give them minimum 4,000. We're going to do better than that. We have 38 gold bullion. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. So that's going to get us 2 trust. So we need to get 2 more. We need to accept 2 more supply ships. Oh no, just 1 more supply ship. And that'll put us back up because we got another tax collector in 3 days. So 1 more supply ship to keep us neutral. And then 1 more tax collector overpayment. This is good. All right, these guys are finished gathering that. Let's ba-dum-dum. Almost not worth it, but you know what? I hate wasting the berries. I'm being honest. All right, can't smell. Content, content. Strong. Oh, I can't even get strong shoulders. It's okay. I can't smell, which isn't bad. These should be finished being built. And we're gonna have reject all. And then this one will just be canned food. And this one will be reject all berries, fish, mushrooms. And we're going to end up asking for kind of all of them. Like whatever we end up having, And we'll just change out. Da, 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 da. Okay. We could use the cloaks and the fertilizer. We'll do that. Let me actually change this out. So we'll do 25 mushrooms, 25 fish, no berries. Fish and mushrooms, no berries. Actually, no. No, this will be good. We'll do berries. Do 15 of each. So that's 15, 30. $45. And for this, we'll actually make this 20. And 20. And then on this side, we will do canned food. And we will request bronze bars. We will request 10 bronze bars. So that way we can make the cans more easily. Oh, dang it. Didn't see that coming. I was not expecting him to dig that low. Oh, right, supply ship. We do have to say yes to this, because we're already at neutral. We are down to 1 approval. All right, so now all of this island has been stripped of trees. I'm just going to go ahead and move him there. We are no longer worried about the trees. We'll strip this, and this will actually become a really good mining area because it's got iron, coal, a lot of good resources on it. Of course, I suppose I could just put these guys over here and work on the main island. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So yeah, they're going to go... Ooh. It's just so difficult getting anybody around this area. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna deforest the main island. There. Move this. Yeah. So they do have a route to get up there. So that's my biggest concern. And we can put another set of stairs here. And here. Yeah, because they don't have to get to this side of it. Aha. Pirates! It's a good thing I got machinery parts out the yin yang and a couple of gold bullion. That works. Oh, I got another woodcutter. Aha! Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. All right, Whisker ship. Slow, nosy, slow. My pace, slow. Snores, greedy, can't smell. I say I kind of like the can't smell. Still doing good. This can't smell can work over here somewhere. Okay, now hang on a second. Sifting tower needs this. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So they're both good. I'm going to turn one of my guys into a mining apprentice. And they're gonna sail off and bloop away. Rid of these stairs. We're gonna move this down to here. Hey, Slasher! We're gonna move this down to here. I thought I moved this guy already. How are you doing, Slasher? You doing alright? That's good. That is good to hear. Overtime. 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 Overtime and overtime. Nice. There's no feeling in the world quite like getting off work. All right, ending the day. Doing good there. Good here. Doing good everywhere. All is good. We still have 10 times the cash as we have taxes due. Here's my question. We got 34, 68, 68, 104. How many is that, sir? 104. Should still be doing pretty good on food, but yeah, we're gonna have to build a second one of these here real soon. I got 2 more days really to finish off. This is where I'd like to be in finishing this off, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Put a storage shed right there, and we'll fill that up with stone. Just to shorten their trek, because that's a hell of a trip. They cannot find anything to chop down. Let's get them some stairs. That should help. Bathing Whiskers. Alright, ending the day.
Be it carrying cargo or commuting to work, every Whisker appreciates a good path. A good, proper path. Nothing better. I love it when I start going in a direction and poof, as if someone knew my destination, a perfect path is there to lead me on. We could use some more good paths.
Well, we will accept that and turn it in, because I absolutely have the paths for that. And the tax collector. Alright, we are gonna sell him what little cotton we still have. Sell him our trinkets. And 14 gold bullion. That still leaves us with 18, so we're still doing quite well. And we do not need this or the next supply ship. Alrighty. How are we doing on fertilizer? We got 403 fertilizer. I think we're doing okay. Let's re-roll this, see what maybe we can get. You know, I'm honestly thinking the old rags and the fertilizer. Because like I really want to make sure that this area gets very, very quickly repaired. I don't want to waste a lot of time on that. All right, and we are full up yet again. So we will go ahead and ditch that and rebuild that. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and might as well build one right here too. Actually, we're gonna cancel that one. Set that destination there. Well, it's saying nearest warehouse. Or some of the, okay, some of them were nearest warehouse, some of them were the input hopper. I'm just gonna go ahead and set these here. Wow. All of that. Oh my God. I've been talking so much. Anyway, let me go back and... Jesus. Okay. So where this leaves us, we're going to spend year 5 finishing off this area here. All of this is going to turn into the agriculture area. So we're going to de-stone it. We got to take all these rocks out of the ground, and we're going to refertilize and revitalize this area. This is going to become our agricultural center. This is probably going to get turned into another neighborhood, another urban center, kind of like what I've got over here. It does look a bit like Shrek. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, it's like, that looks like a face. Probably going to plop down another one of these big dining halls over here so they don't have to go trucking on through. This area is going to turn into a mining center. So a lot of good iron and coal over here. The research is starting to bring us closer to using iron. We're gonna connect over here just to use, just to make sure that we can use the stone instead of just having to throw it all away. Because I just don't like throwing all that rock away. My plan is to also have a conveyor belt system moving all of the crops out of these areas and into storage where they can be used a little bit more readily. I don't think we're really going to do anything over here other than maybe mine it down because it's got tin, it's got iron. So we may just do that with mining, but probably nothing too serious in the foreseeable future. And yeah, because right now we're doing everything pretty decently. We're sitting on regularly 100 or 1,000 plus approval. We're not really hurting for jobs right now. Everybody's fed, everybody's clothed, everybody's housed. Our needs are being met, our taxes are getting paid. So if we can get this set up, because we're being able to pay our taxes just on this little bit, and this is nothing compared to what's gonna be over here. So that's gonna be our main goal for year 5, is finishing off all of this leveling. But yeah, I don't even know how long I've been yapping while muted. I went to cough, muted, and didn't unmute. I guess I'm tired. But yeah, that theft. That's why, that's the thing. I kind of use it as an I look at it more as purchasing. Because I am actually using it to buy materials that I'm going to need. So that's how I'm approaching it, is I'm looking at it as a purchase. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. We're going to wrap this up. I'll be back on Monday with year 5. Over the weekend, I'm going to edit down year 2 into a video, and I'm going to try and get those out a little bit faster. The first one took a long time to edit because there was a lot of stopping and talking and teaching about what it is that I'm doing. These streams from like year 2 and on went by a lot faster, so I'm hoping those will go by quicker to edit them down. But yeah, stick around if you were on Twitch, because we're going to go ahead and raid out. And until next time, take care of yourselves, check in on friends and family, stay safe, stay cool, stay warm, stay hydrated, and above all, stay dapper. We'll catch you next time.
I mean the kind of music men hum or whistle when they feel on top of the world. And gentlemen, one of the many things that give you that tip-top feeling is the pleasure of being well-dressed. The kind of music men of the world.